Japanese livestream of Konosuba Fantastic Days 4th anniversary just happened, and I'm here to give you a rundown about everything we know and what's coming in roughly a year to the global version, actually, because, you know, global version is catching up slowly but surely, so let's get right into this. First up, the whole theme of this anniversary is Japanese past style, Edo style, called Appare is like the name of the anniversary. I'm not sure how I should translate it properly, so I'm not going to do that, but if you have any good translations or description of it, please let me know down in the comment section. I would appreciate that. We started off really simple with, you know, first up having a Twitter campaign going on where if we get enough retweets or like posts with a specific hashtag to get it trending, we are getting a special banner. More on it later. And we started off as not usual anymore, but it was a while usual, with a recap of the last year, what happened. And I think that's also really good for all you global players out there, just to see what is coming up soon. Because if you didn't know it already, next month will be the 3rd anniversary, which will be the event here on the top left that is coming. So pretty much all of that stuff will be coming over the next 10 till 12 months to you. So I think it's pretty good to get a recap on that. First up, we have the anniversary event where we go to Tokyo. We have the Crimson Demon School event with School Iris and Forbidden Megumi. We have the Cat Shrine Maiden banners, with the first one being Yunyun and Chris. And well, for Aqua, we have the summer event with Darkness and Leah, and also Cesta's new unit. Also in the Crimson event part, there was also of course Funidodo as a new unit. We have the first fantasy fast banners with Aqua and Darkness. We have of course Halloween event. We have the fantasy Iris banner with Fes Megumins. We also have the Snow Festival Iris banner. We had the Crimson Demon story arc, and we had the Detective Komeko Team Squad coming up. Same with the Nurse Squad. So you see a lot of units. The good thing here, by the way, about Komeko and the Nurse Squad, these are permanent units. So, you know, at least finally some permanent banners in between all of the other good stuff. So that's great. Here again, showing off some of the units, the 3 Fantasy Fest units that we've gotten, the 3 new playable units that we've gotten. Claire, also coming out soon in Global, Funidodo, or Funifura and Dodoko, and Cesta, and 4 collaborations that we got in GP over the last year, which is ReZero Part 2. Yes, ReZero got a rerun. The Melancholy of Hari Suzumiya, the SOS Brigade collab, the Reincarnated as a Slime collaboration, and the current active collab still, the Eminence in the Shadow collab. By the way, if you want to watch the summons of this, they are live on my YouTube channel, and the last summons part should actually drop either today or tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, you see, there was a lot of stuff happening over the years. Of course, the collaboration part is the sad part for us global players, because we don't know if and when we get them, but we're all still hoping that collabs are coming sooner than later. And then we start off with the teaser image for this event. And oh boy, does that look good. Darkness actually looks pretty similar to a figurine that we have of her, so I think that's really cool. We have Aqua in a beautiful pink kimono. We have Megumin that kind of resembles or reminds me of Yunyun from Genshin Impact, funnily enough. Then we have Yunyun style Kazuma with a straw hat. Not a straw cape, but you know, a different kind of cape, which makes sense for him, I guess. So that already looks really, really cool. And not only that, we are also getting a lot of other different characters, at least as outfits in the game story. You can see we also have a Chris there, a Yunyun, Iris, Mitsurugi, even Raffian, Luna, and Alderb, which is, why him? What? But you know, he's there, so that's that. And speaking of one of those characters, Yunyun will actually be the welfare unit of the first banner or first event part. So yes, Yunyun will be free. Kind of sad about it, because I would prefer if another unit, Megumin, would be a welfare, not just pullable units. But I guess it makes sense. At least one unit that I don't need to worry about pulling, because we're just getting her for free. Kind of like in the 3rd anniversary. So I kind of expected it, but still, give me a good pullable unit. Come on, game. Why? Okay, speaking of all the welfares, let's take a look at the upcoming banners.
とっておきの大江戸シュワシュワ楽しんで いきなさいな。生きでいなせね。
We got Dango Seller Aqua, a fire Aqua.
主さん、今日はわっちとごゆるりと。これはどんなプレイなんだ。わっちも行きます。
Beautiful Kimono Girl, Darkness, Wind Unit.
不死鳥のように蘇り、輪廻の果てにたどり着きしは最強です。華麗に復活。
Fantasy Fes Megumins Fire Unit. That is part 1 mana with 1.5 rates, but that's not all. Because
昼はちんどん屋として街を盛り上げ、夜はなんだと思う？
we also get Entertainer Chris, Water Unit.
お天道様が見逃しても、さすらいの剣豪カズマさんは悪行を見逃さねえぜ。
And of course, Wandering Samurai, Kazuma stealing the old style pantsuits, also Water Unit. And if you think that's it, if you think we are staying with Power 1 and 2 as usual,
このすば
you're wrong.
月が輝くこんな夜は、我の持つこの刀が戦いを欲するのです。
Because why make one pullable Megumin when you can make two to milk the player base even more? That's right, we also get the Anni Megumin as a pullable Earth Megumin as a single banner unit. And what should I say, guys? Well, what should I say here? Well, like, what do you expect me to say here? You guys know how tilted I am about Megumin if you watch the live streams, and the fact that after a Megumin in a collaboration, we are not getting one, but two pullable Megumins pretty much back to back to back on two different banners. What the hell, Samsab, is wrong with you? What the frick is wrong? You could have made this a beautiful welfare, people would be happy. Make Yunyun a pullable unit, you already have another pullable Megumin. Why? 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 I'm so tilted by that. I'm so tilted by that. God. But yeah, to show it off again, here's the art of our welfare Yunyun. Looks really good, and we can see the Megumin here in the background. This was actually one of the first artworks that we know a little bit early, so I was kind of confused. Like, okay, Kazuma and Megumin, cool, two pullable units, that's fine. Then we also saw the Megumin artwork. We're like, wait, that's a different Megumin? That's a different Megumin? Huh? Yeah, it makes, I guess, sense now. There are two different pullable Megumins. Here again, the full art real quick of all the units. We have Aqua, we have Darkness, we have Fantasy Fes Megumin, we have Kazuma, we have Chris, and we have Megumin. I know it makes sense money-wise, but still, let me be pissed. Speaking of, let's talk about the kits real quick, because oh boy, do we have interesting kits here. First up, Fire Aqua. Normal basic, that's expected. Passive trait, physical attack up, also kind of basic. But look at the skills. First up, we have Fire Burst plus 190 physical fire damage to all enemies, or 152 when HP is 70% or above, so EOE skill, and small increase in fire damage to all allies EX for 10 seconds. EX buffs, we know, we learned that. Now even global players know what the EX buffs are. It's great to have because it can stack with the normal buffs, and with that gives a unit more versatile. But then we also have the second skill, Blaze Burster Plus. It deals 134 or 175 when HP 70% or above physical fire damage to all enemies, and extremely high chance of causing reverberation or echo, whatever you're gonna call it, for 12 seconds. So 2 bonus instances of echo damage, which is great, and moderate increase in agility of all allies. So not only do we have a fire damage buff here, we also have echo, and last but not least, tier 2 agility. And This looks really, really promising, not gonna lie. The fact that you have a fire damage booster, you can lower the enemy's magical or physical resistance, could be good. I'm not really sure how much use case she will actually see. I think she works great in a fire AoE physical arena. She can work in a hybrid arena, but then again, you need a physical and magical attack buffer. Otherwise, the echo effect from Aqua gets a little bit lower. But you know what? For having that many Aquas with just one damaging skill and the second skill doing no damage, to have an Aqua with actual damage and an echo effect for even more damage, I'll take that. I'll gladly take that. Then we have Darkness, and if you think we're already starting off strong, just stay tuned. First up, physical attack passive trait, nothing crazy. Non-elemental physical damage with small self-heal and of course low accuracy and hit rate, but her kits make up for that. Command on attack, additional wind attribute fixed damage effect on all allies for 12 seconds. This is a tier 2 effect, by the way, and large damage counter attack effect for 14 seconds. So 14 seconds uptime on a non-damaging skill, which is fine for Darkness, especially if you use the Darkness as a buffer, not as a damage dealer. But even if you use Darkness as damage dealer, she still has a second skill, which is Tornado Swing plus randomly deals 127% wind attribute magical physical damage to 3 enemies, so a 3-hit skill. It works great with her auto kit, very low accuracy as usual, and slightly increases wind attribute damage for all allies for 12 seconds. This is not an EX buff. So, if you guys again don't know what the fixed damage is, because do we have fixed damage already? Yeah, we have Whiz. So, you know, Whiz, when you do the ulti and you do bonus damage per hit on the enemy, that's this kind of fact, but this is a tier 2 fixed damage buff, okay? Just letting it out. I will show the stuff in action. We actually have some gameplay of these units, don't worry. Last but not least, we have Fantasy Fes Megumin. First up, passive trait. Increase attack power when attacking with magic and special skills, so both magic attack and ult damage bonus, which is, you know, good for in the sub, not gonna lie. Can be pretty pog. Then her basic is Thunder Potions Plus, which is 89 fire magic damage to all enemies. So again, fantasy units with AoE basics, and additional fixed fire damage attribute effect to yourself for 6 seconds. What? Basic with fixed fire damage. Okay, that's already pog. Let's go to the second skill. Fire Potion Plus. 111% fire magic damage to all enemies, or 140 when HP 70% above, and shortens skill charge time of all allies. I haven't looked yet what the exact CDR is, but you know, CDR on a Mega is great to have. Last but not least, Blaze Potion Plus. Randomly deals 155 fire magic damage to an enemy 3 times. So she has a lot of AoE damage, a pretty decent amount of single target damage with the Fire Potion, and last but not least, her ulti is Illusion Explosion. What a 582 fire magic damage that's guaranteed to crit to all enemies, and additional fixed small fire damage to all allies when attacking for 99 seconds. I repeat, for 99 seconds. This is not a translation error, no, this is 99 seconds. Gets knocked out, aka incapacitated as usual, and a special skill builds up harder than usual, so you take more gauge to use the skill. So this is kind of her ulti 1 version 2, but with a guaranteed crit, bonus damage, and I think a little bit less base damage in exchange for that. So, is this good? Yes and no. Hear me out. We have Forbidden Megumin out there, who also has an ulti that gives us bonus damage on hit, but also gives us a tier 2 ult damage bonus as well, which works for all units, but only for, I think, 30 seconds roughly or so, like half a run. And here lies the big problem. First up, Forbidden Megumin has gauge up for herself, so she gets to her ulti faster. This Megu potentially takes quite a while to get there, so the longer duration matters, but not, you know, it's not like, oh, you get the full run just with the ulti damage up, because I don't think you can funnel that much gauge into the Megu. If you can, then maybe she's good. But then again, her auto kit kind of doesn't matter in that sense, because you probably just use your skill stand to clear maybe both waves and insta-explode, something like that. But generally speaking, for fire, I think this is a great bonus damage. This also works really, really well, I think, potentially with Forbidden Union's fire damage buff. So Fire Arena might be really, really stacked. But it also gives you the problem of it will be really hard to make a team building, because if you want to have Yunyun and Megumin in the front and want to use Megu ult ASAP potentially, you need a third unit that can potentially buff your team or at least provide speed boost. And then, you know, either the buffer comes in or the speed boost units come in, whatever. So it will be interesting to see how Arena will change. Of course, this is another AoE unit, so she's probably mostly used in AoE arenas. I'm not sure how much use case she will actually get in single target arenas, but she is strong, but not as strong / broken as Forbidden Megumin in my opinion. I can't really say right now how good Aqua and Darkness will be. I think the additional bonus damage for your whole team can be really good, especially if the enemy is weak to wind. So maybe she sees some use case there, but then again, how much damage is she doing? Will this be enough to carry the team? Do you use Darkness as a buffer, or do you go with her ulti 2 for accuracy to land the second skill? Stuff like that. I need to figure out over time, so I can't give you a full detailed explanation yet on how good these units are. But generally speaking, I think so far all of these units have really, really interesting kits. Last info I want to share here is that we don't have the kits for auto 3 units, so we don't know how good the Megumin will be, how good the Kazuma will be, and how good the Chris will be. With that out of the way, why not just take a quick look into the battle and see how the animations and skills look like, shall we? So here you can see the team screen. Finally, he uses the water damage weapon for Aqua, which is interesting. Okay. But let's jump into battle here. Here you can see the outfits. Boss is a samurai frog, which is really cool. Weak to fire and wind. So you can see here bonus damage there, fire damage bonus from Aqua, and the fixed damage on hit. Now let's look at Megumin's triple hit in a second. Let's look at a triple hit with both buffs being active. Each hit deals 16,500 bonus damage per hit. You can see it's a tier 3 counter, by the way, as well on your whole team. 6 seconds CDR Megu, I just checked that. 6 seconds of CDR is pretty good, not gonna lie. And yeah, that's pretty much the kits in action. And the ulti in fantasy units just looks like the normal ulti, so there will be no special animation. But I still think they actually showed off in the end. Do they? I think when they skip a little bit ahead, they showed off later. But yeah, like, just to see the 16,500 bonus damage on hit is kind of nuts. Let's go a little bit ahead. Because there's also some really cool thing here about this event. I'm not sure what exactly all of that means, but you can see there's like a banner there at the top that you can get a special banner if you do stuff, right? And there's like also stuff in here with like 100 and 200 quartz. So maybe there are like missions you need to do or something like that. Like the whole Windows is different, weird, but we go into battle here, so that's cool. Maybe it's just a UI change. I'll let you know once the event is live how stuff works and how stuff looks like. I will actually stream my summons and of course the whole event on my Twitch and YouTube, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, use like a battle with 3 waves, which actually shows Megumin's AoE capabilities a little bit more. I'm not sure why the damage here is that low of these units. It might just be not fully invested or like skill level 1 or no bond, trials, whatever, to show off the kits a little bit better. But yeah, like, you can see how little the skill does, and then you suddenly have the bonus damage of 16k, it's nuts. But like, even just Darkness without any rash threat, her bonus damage is like 9k on hit. That's pretty pog. We skip ahead a little bit more, and we can see the Megumin ulti here, hopefully. Megumin survived. Pog. Here we come to the biggest problem with the Megumin unit that I didn't even talk about before. Guaranteed crit, yes, you got the bonus damage. And you will see the fixed fire damage buff on Aqua. Darkness will also have it, but the unit that's coming in will not have it. And that's a potential big problem. Now all units deal like a little bit more damage. I think with Fresh Rate it would be even higher. But the fact that the unit coming in doesn't get the bonus is kind of sad, because that's why Forbidden Megu is so great, because all the units get the buff, because, you know, Forbidden buffs get transferred over when a unit feigns, and since Megumin gets the buff itself, then feigns, the buff is just lost, which is, you know, kind of sad, but at least it makes it a little bit more balanced, I would say. So yeah, that's the units in action. So let's continue with the post here. Again, first banner will drop on February 27th and will last until the end of March, which is kind of sad. I really don't like if they do that, because that just means I'm not able to use the April's monthly bundles to, you know, get more quartz for this banner. Also in these banners, Funny Dodo is pullable. I think Cesta is also in there, so if you're missing those units, these should be able to grab there. Here's also something really interesting, which I don't like. So we have part 1, as I said before, as a raid for Megumin, Fantasy Fest unit, Aqua and Darkness, but it states that Kazuma, Chris and the other Megumin is not in his banner. I'm not sure if it just means this has no radar or if they are literally not pullable. If it's the second one, then it's kind of bad, because you know, you can sometimes eventually get the later units if you get lucky through, you know, off-rate stuff. But if they are not in there whatsoever, that's just all gone, and you pretty much are forced to pull on the last banner to get the Megumin. You can't even have a chance to get her otherwise, which is really sad. Then on part 2, starting on March 9th, we will get the Kazuma and the Chris banner. Again, it states Megumin is not in this banner, I think. And then last but not least, on March 20th until March 31st, we'll have the Megumin banner, which means pretty much 11 days of daily single pulls that you can use on this banner potentially to get a new unit. You might be thinking, you know what, 3 banners, limited stuff, okay, that's fine, whatever, but there's one thing I haven't told you yet. But before we go to that, again, recap of the boss. We have the Samurai Frog, which looks really funny. He's weak to both fire and wind, nothing too crazy here. There will also be another emergency quest, which means, you know, bonus quartz, bonus auto materials, so probably 4th Anni coins, maybe some bun food, something like that. Or Axis, Ares coins, Nyamblets, something along these lines, nothing too crazy. But, you know, bonus quartz is nice. We have different campaigns going on, nothing too crazy. We have 3 times player EXP, we have 3 times free quest drops, we have 3 times free quest drops and hard quest bonus, and I think there will also be Feign Quest half stamina campaign here. Yep, that's great, but also of course in part 2, so you know, if you want to use the part 1 units, you still need to do stuff. That's kind of sad. And bonus point stuff, like, you know, these campaigns don't really matter, but I guess half stamina campaign is good. Through the live stream we also got announced that we did the trending campaign, so we will get 4 4-star pulls that can include limited units. Again, I will show it off in the game when it's there. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but that's something. Again, here you can see the banner. So, you know, that's great for people who miss limited units. We of course have login campaigns. That gives us a 4-star tickets. Fine, I guess. Not usable on the current units, so whatever. We will have a new login campaign, which will be the Crane game. Global player doesn't know that yet, but if you play JP or remember the Crane game from the 3rd anniversary, that's pretty much it. For all of you who don't know it, it's just Spin the Wheel, but with a different tune to it. So you don't do actual crane game stuff, you just press a button, the crane will move, the crane will grab one of the plushies in there, and depending on what plushie you get a different amount of pulls. So for example, I think the cabbage is like 5 pulls, the frog is 10 pull, the fox is 20 pull, the cat is 30 pulls, and Chimosuke is 50 pull one. So pretty much just the same. Day 12, 23 and 33 are guaranteed 30 pulls or above. Also pretty common. We have the same thing in a global spin the wheel thing. So again, it's just spin the wheel with different kind of touch. But you know, I think this looks cooler than spin the wheel, so I gladly take that. We are getting an story event for the 4th anniversary. They will give us 3,000 quartz and 400 Anni cake. We'll take those. Free multi, you know. Gladly take those. We will get another side quest where we potentially do something with either Aqua or Darkness. At least that would make the most sense out of it. I'm not really sure what will be in here. Might just be bonus story like it was in the 3rd anniversary, which can give us some beast stones and stuff like that. Potentially 5 pull tickets or quartz if we get really lucky. I don't know. We will probably know it when it drops, or I will check the files to see what they can drop. But you know, more free stuff, that's fine. We get a selection banner with 1 Forster guaranteed out of the 10s you select. In theory, great for me again, does nothing because I only missed the Darkness, Aqua, and Megumin out of here. If the other part units would be in there, so Kazuma, Chris, and the other Megumin, there would be at least 6 units. Would have a little bit better than 50-50 chance to get a new unit out of that. For now, this is probably a skip for me, but if you're missing 10 units, including limited, this is a great banner for you to get at least one of those. We will get a really, really cool banner, especially for newcomers or people who want to join the GP side. This is a banner that guarantees you Fes or special limited units when you get a Forester. It has 1.5 rates, and you can get not, as far as I understand, any normal unit out of there. So this banner, literally, yeah, if a Forester appears, it's guaranteed to be limited to either legendary adventure or special members units. So I think either a Fes unit or you can get Funidoro or Cesta out of that, which is, you know, if you miss any of those units, this is pretty pog. Like, if you have a fresh starter account that you got somewhere with like at least 75k quartz and you have some leftover quartz, you can get a lot of really cool Fes units out of there. So for all the global players who miss Fes units, worst case, save up for this banner and see what you can do there. We also got a new mechanic, which I don't 100% understand yet. It's like a character ranking function that works depending on how many units of a character you have. So that just means, you know, if you have, for example, all the Kazumas, you will get a good amount of bonus boosts. I'm not sure yet how it exactly will work. Like, will it be percentage based? So if you have like 50% of all the Kazumas, you get a 50% damage boost. Will it be limited at like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 of a unit, and over time it maybe gets increased the more units are out there, so that if you have, for example, 6 out of the 10 Megumins out there, you already have the full boost and don't need all the Megumins. Depending on that, it might be a whale bait thing or not. We'll see. I'll let you guys know more when this thing is out. Again, probably with the update, we'll check it out. We will get new character episodes, which is, I guess, nice. More quartz, but not too much. But hey, I'll take any quartz I can get at this point. And last but not least, they announced they will make a campaign in April together with the 3rd season of the Konosuba anime, which will kind of work like the Bakuin spin-off. So they will post codes on Twitter. You can then use these codes in-game to get bonus rewards. We don't know yet what's in there, but if we can take the Bakuin spin-off as a reference, there could be stuff in there like a free unit, limited 4-star tickets, quartz, and some other goods, but mostly just really good stuff. So I really hope we get good stuff. Give us a free Aqua, I will gladly take that. Give us, I don't know, a lot of quartz so I can pull stuff. Please, I need everything I can get. And then, last but not least, they also teased us that we are getting free new units. That's right, we are getting again 3 new units in this game. And for the first unit, we got 3 hints and the information that they will show us the unit in the next live stream, which will be end of March. And the 3 hints are that the unit can use intermediate magic, that the unit wears a cute hat, and that the unit works for a royal family. If you look at the bottom right, we have a potential idea what the unit could be, and I know at least one person who's really happy about that. But again, nothing is confirmed yet. We'll have to wait for the next live stream to see what it will be. I think it was, I'm not sure the right date. I don't think they posted it here, sadly. But yeah, it's end of March. Actually, let me just, you know, jump ahead to it. Oh yeah, they also showed this off here, which is like we get special banners for the character ranking thing, like Fufufu, Aqua Love, Sogeki, Kazuma Quiet, Give Me a Piggyback Ride stuff, which is, you know, more banners with funnier text, so I gladly take those. And then let's see if I can find it. Why is it suddenly showing white text here? That's really annoying here that we don't get to see it properly. Let me see if the other stream does it properly. No, okay. Yeah, I probably just write the anniversary date down in the video description when we know it, because then they actually will tease the new Megumin. There's also like new story chapter for the manga, I think, out there, so that's cool. And last but not least, two things that I want to mention here, which is kind of cool, is that we are okay, I kind of want to, that was it, I think, just saw it. Yeah, here's like the thing where the set showed the 3 hints off, but here you can see 3 new units are coming. That's cool. And then it teased like, yeah, more info about the unit in the next live stream. Also Yunyun birthday, Ara birthday coming up, which is cool. And to be honest, guys, I would recommend watching the stream because we got some cool things. We got a live drama reading. I didn't translate it probably because understanding Japanese live is really hard, but the voice acting performance of these characters here, of these persons, is like really good. Like, let me just show it off for example here real quick. That's Comico's voice, by the way. Ara's voice. Darkness's voice. And Kazuma. Like, to be honest, just watching that was like really cool, even though if you don't understand anything. And last but not least, we have a special quiz happened at the end of the stream with like who will be millionaire kind of thing. With like you have 3 jokers of 50-50, you have a joker that gives you like ask the publicum, like people in there, and a bonus joker. And the cool thing is, instead of just the normal B-stones and yamblets, we actually get bonus quartz this time on how many to get correct, with like up to 3,000 quartz. And luckily, spoiler, we actually got all of them correct. But to be honest, it was really fun watching with like the whole audio soundtrack being like do. Here's the question, do you want to log in? They also had this cool not really memory game, but like spot the difference, where they have like a smooth animation between 2 different pictures where you need to find 4 small differences. And trust me, for the second one, this is the first one by the way, it was actually really hard to spot the difference. Like, they took a while to spot all the difference. They also of course show at the end all the difference off, so it's not like you need to just guess. But here, for example, you can see a little bit of the different one. You saw, for example, spoiler here, the mouth of Megumin changed, so that's something on that. Here's the free stuff that we gotten. Here's the live stream date. It's March 27th. That was a long detour to just find that, sorry, but I want to show it off here and have it informed. But yeah, these images are just like, we have the live drama reading that you just saw, we have the quiz, which was really fun, and last but not least, the end picture of the stream as always. So TLDR here, Jun is a Giga Chat with enormous good eye power to spot these differences, because wow, one of them was like really hard. I needed to read the answer to even see it or understand it. Like, what the frick, that was amazing. But about other new stuff that is coming, we get the big event with 6 new units, 2 of them being Megumins for F's sake. yeah, which will be in 3 banners total, with potentially 2 events. By the way, I forgot to say that, but you know, based on the Discord image that we have above here, Yunyun is a welfare. We know that Chris is pullable. So potentially Iris and maybe even Mitsurugi will be welfare units. We will see if there are like 2 or 3 events. We don't know yet. We just know about 3 butters. So maybe one of those will be a welfare. Through the live reading, we also got a picture of Ari here in the outfit. So, you know, maybe Ari also becomes a welfare? Or someone in the future, maybe it's a different outfit from a different kind of event. I'm not sure. But it will be interesting to see if we get more welfares and what the other welfares will be. And they're kids, and especially for the other characters, aka Kazuma, Chris, and the other Megumin, how good or potentially bad they will be. But you know, a story where we actually get different outfits for even side characters, I think that's pretty pog. I gladly take that. Besides that, the character bonus kind of thingy where I need to see how it works out. We get 3 new characters, one of them being a potential cute girl that can cast magic spells with a hat and who works for the royal family, Rain. And 2 others we don't know yet, but based on the previous year, maybe they are related to Season 3 of Konosuba. So, you know, potentially we finally get Dust's team members as a unit. Maybe it's a duo unit or something like that. Maybe some new units that appear in the Season 3 will be playable units. We'll see. We'll find out. We don't know yet. But it's cool that we get new content. Still cool that we get new characters. The only thing I'm really sad about is that we didn't get like a major new thing, if that makes sense. Like, no new game mode, no new endgame content, no new fun kind of thing. So we'll see what the event holds in store. We'll see how the event will be. Maybe that will be something to do with future events as well, where you can get bonus quartz for doing specific stuffs to make them feel a bit more fresher. Maybe they do something different. Maybe we are actually getting in the future something new, because to be honest, a year ago they promised something new, fun into game, and I don't think we haven't gotten that yet. So maybe they're still working on it. Maybe it will be really something groundbreaking, awesome new that is like just takes 1.5 years to produce. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's all of the summary of the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed that, feel free to check it out yourself. Again, I will probably be either streaming next week Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure if I move my stream days around or if I just do it on Wednesday, but I will be doing the summons for part 1 because let's be real here, I need that Aqua. I need to get that Aqua. And to be honest, probably also Megumin. As much as I don't like Megumin at the moment, I think she's just a good unit, which is why I probably want to use. I also plan to pull on part 2 when it drops for Kazuma, and maybe I just skip part 3. We'll see how the other summons go. We'll see how my wallet will hurt after the summons. But I hope to see you all in the summons there. I will hopefully make an announcement early enough when I stream to watch it. And yeah, if you want to support what I do, if you like what you see, remember to like, subscribe, follow for more content. If you're really generous, also follow me on Twitch. I want to break the 500 followers. They're really, really bad. So every single follow on the Twitch side would help a lot. Besides that, if you want to financially support me, that I can actually do all of these summons, do full detailed guides on the new units, rank them for the tier list properly and stuff like that. Every kind of support, either through YouTube membership, starts with literally 99 cents per month. Come on, guys, that's not much. But of course, if you want to support me more, there are bigger tiers with more benefits, like a shout out in YouTube videos if you prefer something like that. You can subscribe on Twitch with the different tiers, or you can also check down below the Ko-fi link. You can see it at the bottom of the stream, which will mostly be to support my work on a Konosuba Fantastic Days Encyclopedia, which also hopefully gets a major update soon, TM. So stay tuned for that. But that's it from me. Wish you all a great day, great week, depending on when this video drops, or a great weekend still, and see you all in the next one. Bye! And enjoy Konosuba Fantastic Days Megumin Edition more in the future. Bye.